So we back again, another video. We have Lydia with us, and today's Friday earlier. So we come with a guest, a beautiful
Nisa.
guest. We here with Nisa. Nisa
Yes.
came to grace us with her presence,
Yes.
and also to give us a little talk. Today we're talking about marriage.
Yeah.
We're talking about marriage. We're talking about marriage straight across the board.
Yeah.
It's affecting everybody in different ways, and we just wanted to share with us as the I'll start off with Nisa, and then we will go to Lydia, and we're not going with me because I done talk about singleness already. Alright, so give us a little take on what you believe marriage supposed to be. Let me start off with the supposed to be, and then we will go with the what it is.
All right. Well, actually, I sit here today thinking marriage is a beautiful thing.
Right.
I could only say that after having two failed ones, right? And sometimes people think if you had a failed marriage, you shouldn't speak about marriage. But now I know after losing, they say don't miss the water till the well runs dry. It's a case of that. It's a case of growing in the Lord. It's a case of learning from mistakes. It's a case of forgiveness. It's a case of maturity.
Yeah.
And in terms of the God conversation, I just think marriage is such a beautiful thing. It's supposed to be something, the epitome of love between a man and a woman.
Wow.
The epitome. So it means that relationship transcends,
Everything.
and not boldly, it transcends every other type of relationship the most loving way possible. I
Yes.
think it's just a beautiful thing.
Wow.
Powerful stuff, eh?
Wow.
Yeah.
Now I feel like to get married in the morning. So we touch a little bit on what it is, which is a beautiful, that is a whole example there. What do you think with that, what you said, what do you think it is now? What it looking like now? So you're telling me what it looking like now because you're an artist.
Yeah.
So you are seeing all the sides, you're seeing out of church, you are seeing in church. What does it look like now?
Well, let me just go back quick to say it is also the ultimate partnership. I didn't say that before. Right? I think now, while there are still people who uphold or try to uphold what marriage is supposed to be, I think it turning out to be some kind of show me your files, let me see yours, and how much you're worth. And I am not saying what I'm not saying, but I'm saying what I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah.
People do love each other, but I think because so much hurt
Yeah.
has happened in the topic of marriage.
Yeah.
So true.
Everywhere, young, old, there's so much hurt associated with marriage that when you tell people you're gonna get married, hear them. No, people will be happier, but
Yeah.
sometimes it's just like, oh, I get them 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't put a label on the union.
Let me
Yeah.
get them at 2 months.
Yeah.
Because people, we have now been conditioned to think, to know we have a choice.
Yeah.
So I think now it has just turned out to be, yes, we know it's the ultimate display of love and affection, but it's also something scary. And
Yes.
it's almost like,
So true.
oh, choose me. As I say, show me your files, how much money you have, I'm not saying those things don't have a place, because you need to know what's going on.
Yeah.
You need to know who the person is,
Yeah.
and the family, and
Family
all that.
background, all that.
But in terms of the pureness of the love conversation, I think.
Yeah.
What's your views? Because you recently married. How long now?
Since 2019.
Right.
Yes.
So we have a newbie.
Start.
We have a newbie. So our newbie go and tell us, what how it was so far? What was your
Right.
experience?
So, I being real, because what's the name of this thing? What you say.
What you say?
What you say.
Yeah.
What you say?
Right? So, in the beginning, because people put marriage in this way, like, oh, it's so beautiful in the beginning. And so I now get married, and a week after, start to see true colors. Start to see it was like teeth and tongue.
Wow.
And boy, it was like, my God, can I strangle this man?
Hold on.
Really?
How long did you court?
We courted, well, we were always friends from growing up, and then when we caught for like something like a year. So it was always like we knew each other.
Okay.
But then marriage now, living with the person was different.
I digress. Alright.
It was different. It was real different. And I'm like, Lord, can you just give me permission to strangle him?
What was so bad?
No, like simple things, communication. Simple things like, okay, well, you know you're now married, so you sit down watching a movie. Come watch a movie with me now. I'm tired. We now get married. And those things are happening.
No,
yes.
These are issues that women have.
Yes.
You now do your hair, you spend all your money on bundles. You make me walk past there and you ain't realize
And
I have
say,
a whole
thank you.
on my head to say, girl, your head looking good.
So this speaks to the trauma of expectation.
Yeah. Where
Yeah.
we come into the marriage with these high expectations, and then when it don't happen, I remember in the beginning I quarreling. You not seeing me, you don't want to spend no time with me, and he like, what wrong with you?
Yeah.
And then I had to realize, Lydia, I think you come in this marriage, you come into the marriage like this, when it's really both of you all from two different households, two different cultures, coming together to make a marriage work.
But what you feel is cause us to come expecting so much. Why we expect all of that from a marriage?
Society. Where are we being educated? I always, since I was a young girl, I would always say I don't want education from no block.
Yeah.
Okay? But the truth is, I didn't have nobody to educate me.
That's right.
So I had to educate my whole self.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you watch movies, and let's be real, women see themselves as like we were trained to want to be a wife.
Yes.
But nobody really teaches us what that means.
That's
so
right.
we want the wedding, we want the dress, the hair,
Everything.
We need to, okay. But nobody teaches us how to be wives. Listen to me, a wife is not about looking good.
Yeah.
That's who you be.
Yes.
That's part of what is important for
Yes.
you. But a wife is a helpmeet. Not taking away independence.
Yes.
I'm not talking about that. But do we understand what it means?
Yeah.
Nobody taught me. So I had my expectations.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, come and watch a movie with me. For me, it
You
was,
learned to that movie
for me,
day.
it was like, what we doing? There's songs to do.
Yeah.
Okay, what's going on? For me, it wasn't movies or anything. My first marriage, I was very young. So I didn't have much expectations. I was just like a big slumber party. Hey, nobody's going on. No parents. It was just good. But by the time we encountered our first set of issues, we were two children with no guidance. So if I vex and you want to go, I'll go.
Yeah.
You understand? Nobody taught us how to fight.
Yeah.
Nobody
So
taught
true.
us the core values. We know before God and all of that, but it's like we don't really put them in it.
Yeah.
In
And I
the
think
beginning.
so. We never have a place or mentorship, proper mentorship for marriage.
That is true. That is true.
We never.
Let me say something. It's like the government these days. People they say the government and the government. The government has put things in place for people, but do we want it?
It's true.
Okay. There are people who would mentor you if you want it, but some of we girls.
Yeah. Well, I know that part where you're stubborn. So you know where you know people telling you no, don't practice that kind of bad habit with them. When you start that thing, let him get up and move his cup and little things that.
And you want to play mother, this nurturer
right.
that you want to. Oh God, I'm a baby, you know.
How much time this is? 10 minutes?
How you mean, girl?
This
This topic is heavy.
What you say?
What you say? No. So even if we need to do a next part 2, it coming out earlier because marriage is something that everybody like we current gone and you just groping around with that. You laugh, you laugh. Everybody, you're watching your parents, you're watching grandparents, when your grandmother telling you stories of things. Well, I didn't have that, but when you hear other people and they talk about the abuse, mental, physical,
that is the next thing by itself.
emotional, where they pass on that to your mothers now. And then you're not too certain how to go about it.
Because you see that, you've seen it,
you see. And when you jump out here now, you like a headless chicken. You do literally what you said. you had to figure it out and pull it for yourself. But for the grace of God,
God.
you know, people that talk about our grace. You know, people that talk about it like it's just in a book. It's not only in a hymnal. It's not only in a it there. People have no time running out, and we want to continue. But we will do a second part. But we just want Nisa to just, so she talked about what marriage is. She talked about what it is now. What you think we need to do to start to fix it and to bring back marriages to the way that it's supposed to be in church, because we are Christian women.
Yeah.
I love how you just made it easier for me, because I didn't know who I was really talking to.
Right.
Listen, if we say that we are kingdom people, this way that we think that we could exclude God, Christians have a way that we talk.
Yeah.
We talk.
Yeah.
But we don't walk.
Walk the walk, yeah.
Right? And honestly, being in this position right now, I know for a fact, for marriages to work, you have to be selfless. And it's not about being chippy, you know. Yeah. But there's something about when God is really in it. No, God could be in it and people still foolish.
Yeah, you just
right?
do your own thing.
Yeah, but mindsets need to change. We need to go back to the beginning, I think. When I said marriage is beautiful, that's where I had to go back to recognize, if I ever get a chance to be a wife again, the beauty would make me stay. I'm not talking about being abused and all of that. Run from them things. I'm talking about a healthy marriage. Healthy people make healthy marriages. You cannot be healthy. You're a Christian and you're thinking God is, listen, we have to get serious with our relationship with God. The more He makes you a better person, you become a better spouse.
Yes.
And that's a good place to start.
Yeah.
Just
So
start
true.
there.
So true.
Because what she's saying there, healthy people what?
Create healthy marriages.
And hurt people.
Oh yes.
Hurt people.
Yeah.
So you see now, and what she said, selfless. Because then now, I now had to say, Lydia, this is not about you.
Yeah.
This is not about, oh gosh, only running it down to spend time. But then now, I become selfless.
Yeah.
And I begin to now depend on the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
When I get vexed and we fall out,
Yeah.
I real bad mind, you know. I could stop talking to you for about 2 weeks, and I'm not preparing your breakfast. I'm not sending you with nothing. And the Lord said to me,
just gas.
yeah, the Lord said to me, no, I want you. This is not about you. Watch Nisa.
When we realize, you can't come here and lie to the
this is
people,
not about you, Lydia. And I started, okay, I vexed with you. I still preparing your breakfast. I still sending you out. I still doing what I'm supposed to do as a wife.
Yes.
And then come together. Although the pride in me want to talk to you in a bedroom. And then
no talk, shut up,
telling
no
you.
talk.
So this is where all this comes in. No, you laugh, but it's serious. It is serious.
Well, I'm not married, so I can laugh.
So this whole thing, marriage is abroad.
It's a very
abroad. But it is lovely.
Yeah.
When we really understand what God created marriage for,
Yeah.
it is lovely.
I just want to say one thing. No disrespect, but sometimes in the world, when they portray it in movies, it's almost like, you sure you want to get married? That's the last girl you're going to sleep with. That's the last man you're going to sleep with. You sure you want to? You know, marriage is much more than sex. Sex is important.
Yeah.
It's important. I ain't playing that.
Yeah,
It's important.
Yeah, that's the next topic, we call it. It's funny because we're church women.
Yeah.
We can't talk about sex. And
It's
that's
true.
another topic that women and men are very frustrated.
Yeah,
in.
I just saying, don't look at it as a
Yeah.
libido experience. It's supposed to be, if we really understand what God and the church, that relationship is supposed to be, as I said before, it's the ultimate demonstration of love.
Yeah.
So true. So true.
It's not just about libido, get it together.
Yes.
And one more thing
But it's
before we
important.
kind of close it off. You know, we always ask God to send a husband or to send a Boaz. But I really believe that sending just a husband, that is what you ask for. But if you ask God to send me a vision partner, it is different. Because you see, now we just asking for a husband, and then when you get married, both of you don't understand the vision for one another. But if you ask God for a vision partner, it makes it so easier, where you understand the vision God have for me, and then vice versa, and then the vision God have for the union. Yeah?
So even when the physical things don't line up, even when sometimes you don't feel to, even when sometimes the finances not running the way it's supposed to, even when the days that the world beat me up, I know for a fact I can come by Nisa and say, girl, I ain't coming as no champion, but I need that comfort.
Yeah.
And you able to receive him as a wife and say, you know what, that's all right.
That's why you marry a friend.
Yes.
You don't marry a private part. You don't marry a thing. You marry a person.
Correct.
Yeah.
You marry a person.
So true. So guys, thank you so much. We could sit down here and
talk all time. Wow.
And bring out all kind of things, but thank you. We will most definitely do a second part.
Thank you.
Comment.
Thank you.
Any questions you wanna ask. We are free and open. What you say?
What you say?